Hello, super producers. I hope you're getting along well. This is yet another wonderful day that we get to continue learning and discovering wonderful things about Studio One and production at large. Like I said last time, there is one big thing about this wonderful software called Studio One, and today I want to get deeper into some of these details. And I remember telling you that I'm going to reveal one secret. It's not necessarily a secret per se if you've been a Studio user before, a Studio One user before, but just in case you've never used this application, it is one of the wonderful discoveries I've made about it. And what is this discovery exactly? And how can you make full benefit of it? Now, for example, if you've been a producer in the past, maybe this is not your first time you're doing music. Maybe you've been a Cubase user, Pro Tools user, Logic user especially, and which is the one? Cakewalk, yeah. What Studio One has done, they have done something very interesting. So you can click on Studio One here, go to Options, and then General, and then Keyboard Shortcuts. What this one will do, it will take you to a section where they have created some presets originating from those softwares. They have taken, I think, around 4 softwares: Cubase, Logic, Pro Tools, and Cakewalk. So, for example, if you have been a Cakewalk user, or maybe, for example, myself, I said I've been a Cubase user for some time. I've used also Pro Tools and Logic, but Cubase mostly. If you've been a Cubase user like myself, you can click on Cubase and say yes. Now, what this one will do, it will change the shortcut settings of Studio One and make them Cubase shortcuts for different functions. For example, in Cubase, we used to record by hitting on the numpad star. Once I click on star, I know you can't see my keyboard, but that's exactly what I'm clicking right now. So you only need to believe me for now. But in case you are maybe somewhere close to your computer, you can try, do the same settings, and you'll realize that it's doing exactly that. So because I'm a Cubase user, I know how to navigate around Cubase really fast. So you'll use exactly the same settings, or rather the same shortcuts, and it will function the same way in Cubase. That is something I've never ever seen in any other DAW. I don't know how they did that, but that's exactly what that function is meant to do. So, for example, zooming in Cubase is G and H, yeah, and that's exactly what I'm toggling right now on my keyboard, G and H, and it's zooming in and out. All right. Remember, these are not settings for Studio One. These are settings, keyboard settings for Cubase. These are shortcut settings for Cubase, but I'm using them in Studio One. This is a very wonderful feature. So just in case you have prior experience with those softwares, then you are advantaged. I'm so sure when you import these other settings, you could probably import settings from other DAWs. That's what I'm trying to assume. And they could as well function the same way and maybe give you a better experience with Studio One. Now, let's say, for example, you've never used any of these softwares, but still you want to change these settings, or rather the shortcuts, and make them favor your workflow in some way. So it is as simple as this. You can go to the search button if you want to get things really fast, because these things are so many. They are extremely so many. They've been well organized and arranged by category, but sometimes you might not even know where to get what you're looking for. So the best thing that I've discovered is that you can just click on the search button here, write the name of something you want. For example, record. I want to record. As long as you know the function of anything that you want to change, just put the name there, and then all different items concerning the that particular phrase you've put up here, they will appear. So record is appearing in many things. For example, restart recording. Anywhere we have record, you'll definitely have all these options given on this particular window. So for example, I want to change how I record. Now on the transport section here, this is where you get record. Personally, I like recording using the star numerical pad that's on the extended keyboard. So if you don't have the extended keyboard, you might not necessarily have the numerical pad for this section. So you might choose something different. For example, if you have the numerical pad, this is what you could do. For example, I have the star button, so I can easily click on star, and already I have the star button, so and apply and then okay. So once I click, let me remove this one. Once I click on record on the star button, it will start recording immediately because I've set it that way. So let's say, for example, I want to set something different. Let me say, let me delete this one and maybe I set something else, like let me set let's use the / record still, but now this time around I want to use the / I'll just click on enter key, click on the / on the numerical pad. Now what is it saying? It's saying that this key is already assigned to transport to toggle loop. What does that mean? It means that when you want to loop a particular section, this numerical pad has already been assigned for that function. I believe I should be the one who did that. I'm not so sure. I don't remember, but that's what I usually use, and it's quite a good shortcut for me. So, but still, this is now where you have the power. You can change things. You can choose to use the same function, even if maybe it's a default for Studio One. You can use the same function for something else that you can easily make your workflow easier. So I'm going to change the numerical pad / and use it for recording instead of using the numerical pad star. And so I'll click OK. Now this time around, on my keyboard, I'm hitting the /. Why is it? Yes, I'm hitting the /. It's not recording. Let me see what I did wrong. Let me go back. Numerical pad. Click on it again. Oh, I'm toggling loop. Now I want record. Yeah. Transport, record, and then / exactly, assign. Yes, I didn't click on assign, so you need to assign first and then apply and then okay. So once I click on it, yes, exactly, it's now recording. It's as simple as that. So once you make sure you click on assign, so that you change the configuration according to the system, and then it will immediately start recording. It is as simple as that. Very good. So let's say, for example, you don't have this numeric keyboard, which has the extended one. Maybe you are using a laptop and it doesn't have that section. Maybe you want to do something different. So I'll still do the same thing. I'll still go back to record. Yes. And then hit on record. Where's the record? It's right here. And now this time around, I want to replace this one with letter R. Once I click R on my keyboard, I want it to toggle recording. So key is already assigned to track arming. Now what is track arming? Some of these things you might need to learn as you continue, and I'll show you how you can learn some of these things in a very easy way. So once what track arming is, from this section here, from this particular where you can see the mouse, once it's read the way it is armed for recording. Now the shortcut to this, once you click the channel, if you want to arm recording that particular channel, you can click on R and it will automatically engage the recording. So we call it record arming, or you've armed it for recording. That is basically the language. So when I change that, go back to record, I want to use R now, R, and then assign and hit apply and then okay. Now once I click on R, it's now recording, you see. So it's as simple as that. So you can do anything that it is that you want to do, and then it will definitely obey your commands. It's as simple as that. So once you've done that, I might need to do my settings later and change a few things, but let me just do that right now really quickly. Go back to record. Record is right here. I don't want to use R again. I want to use star. Yes, numpad star, assign, and then apply and then okay. And then I'll also go back to loop, toggle loop. It's right here. I want to use this one. It's saying, remember we had assigned, so it means you can assign more than one button to do the same function. So the key is already assigned to transport record, but this time around, of course, I've already assigned the star numpad for that. So I'm going to assign this one to toggle loop. Exactly as simple as that. And then this is the selection. So once I click on that numpad, you see, you can see a blue line appearing here. This means I've looped this selection. That's exactly what I'm trying to do with that numpad. And then the last one is the arm recording. I don't know, record arm, and then I'll click on R for that, and then assign. Simple as that. Yeah, good. And it's working fine. R on and off. Good. So it's as simple as that. So that's what you do with anything that you want to do to change its shortcut. There are things that you might leave the way they are. Maybe you're comfortable. For example, starting and let me just pause this one so that it doesn't play. Muting. Actually, those are now shortcuts. I know you don't know what I've done, but don't worry. Those are some of the things we learn as we keep going. So, for example, space is for playing. I think this one goes for almost all DAWs in the world. So those are things you might not really need to change from what I think. So they're things that you might just leave the way they are. But for those ones that you feel like it's too complicated to access them, you could create your own shortcuts and develop a few things from there. For example, I mentioned in our previous video, to get this particular section where you want to set up channels and all this, you can just click on T and then this will appear. I don't think it's so hard to remember to click a single letter instead of now complicating things so much, but you can organize them in a manner that you will feel more comfortable and work around different things. So basically that's how you set up your shortcuts and any other thing that you need to do in order to ensure that your workflow is moving on smoothly and efficiently. So for today, I think that's more than enough. Until next time, remember, as always, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Share this video. There are many people who are looking for this kind of information that people want to learn. So be kind to them. And the only way you can support this channel is by subscribing and sharing these videos to as many people as you possibly can. And always feel free to comment on the comment section. Tell me what you think we should improve on. Tell me anything that you think we can adjust. We are always willing and ready to do adjustments according to your taste and preference. So until next time, have a nice time.